it's amazing. I'm the reason everybody fired up this evening.
What's going on, world? I am Chris McPherson, and I'm pleased to be with you another week. You could have been anywhere in the world, and you decided to be right here, and that is a great thing. For a moment, I want to talk to you about the concept of reflection. You know, I was reflecting on reflection and learned some things that I think are very powerful for us to understand in the way that the world works and ultimately the world that we see in relation to who we are. You know, the word reflection is defined in two ways. One as a conscious state of thinking and being focused on an idea or vision. And the other definition is really based on what it does in an action form, based on its ability to throw back or reflect an image without absorbing it. So when we consider reflections, what are these? Many of you are familiar, obviously, with mirrors. Mirrors are a great tool for reflection. We get to see ourselves in the mirror and we get to know what the world sees as well. For instance, lakes are natural mirrors, and lakes reflect the world around them. If you've ever seen a mountain next to a lakeside or a tree next to a lakeside, if there happens to be no ripple in the water, there's no stream or current coming through, and it is still, it creates a reflective picture and shows the exact skyline that is above it. And this happens in nature, not man creating anything, but really the respect of the way that it works. First comes the image, then comes the reflection of it. Well, while reflecting on reflection, it got me to really thinking about our lives, the things that we want, and how we can create the reflection around us. You see, in looking at that mirror, every time you look in the mirror, you see yourself. And if you're like me, you've been looking in mirrors all of your life. So you've seen yourself progress through different ages and stages of your development, but it's always been the center point of you who's been on the inside of that image, those eyes, that person who feels, that emotes, that understands you better than any other. That's the person that truly is looking through the mirror. And the reflection that you get back is only what the world is presenting you with right now, and that will constantly change. Well, my friends, consider this. The reflection that we get back in any aspect of the world is a reflection first of ourselves. You see, it only is there because we are casting the image that it is reflecting back to us. So let's do an example of reflection. If you close your eyes right now, you won't see anything outwardly. There is nothing there. And in the second that you open your eyes, wherever you are, the image that is portrayed right now is a reflection of your reality. The analogy in the example is we control everything that we see back as a reflective image of our own self and our lifestyle. So you see, my friends, when you really reflect on reflection, if you're beginning to look outside of you, you'll see that everything outside of you is looking back at you. And it's simply asking, what do you want us to be? What do you want to become? What do you want us to do? Because we can do that for you. In this world and realm that we live in, there is no impossible. For all things are possible to those who believe, but you must believe in it. And not only believe, but you must act towards it. Believing in something with no action is a great equation to equal the death of anything that you want, because you're hoping for it more than you're working for it. So we must continue to push. We must continue to give our effort. We must continue to dream and toil towards the things that we want to see reflected in our life. Remember, the reflection is only showing the action that we have put in, and the picture that comes back is only created from the source of its own creation. And today, my friends, that source is you. So today I ask, consider what you have in your life. Look outwardly around you and everything about your lifestyle, and be appreciative of what you have, and be grateful for what you've done to create it in this way. And if you find anything that you don't like, or things that you want to change, things that you want to improve, things that you want to get better, continue to work and toil and put action in those. And I promise you, when you look out at the landscape of your reflection of everything you've created over time, It will simply show that everything you have and everything you see is a direct reflection of the source, which, my friends, is you. After all, it's possible.
My rain is as far as your eyes can see. It's amazing.